the spotlight. On Wednesday, a hearing by the Congressional Executive Commission on China is examining the CCP's strategy. Here are the details.
In addition to growing military threats and economic coercion, the PRC's political warfare against Taiwan has also escalated. Their tactics include manipulation of international laws, united front work activities, espionage, infiltration, and disinformation campaigns. In terms of warfare, the PRC has twisted the UN Resolution 2758 for political propaganda in the international arena. They not only aim to suppress Taiwan's participation in various international organizations, but also seeks to legitimize the use of force to annex Taiwan.
The aim of CCP political warfare is to isolate Taiwan internationally, weaken domestic support for either de jure or de facto independence, and soften the Taiwanese people's resistance to annexation. Beijing uses all instruments of national power to convince the Taiwan people that unification is inevitable and resistance is futile.
Witnesses testifying at the hearing include a Taiwanese lawmaker and 3 American analysts on China. The hearing addresses 4 dimensions of the CCP strategy: criminalizing advocacy for Taiwanese independence, political and cognitive warfare targeting Taiwan, transnational repression against the Taiwanese diaspora, and global campaign to shape the narrative on Taiwan's status. The commission says it hopes to explore policy options to counter the CCP's malign activities, reinforce U.S. support for Taiwan's democracy, and advance bills supporting Taiwan.
Tariff. The president announced later that Indonesia will also pay a 19% tariff while the U.S. pays 0. Reporting from the White House, Mario Tsu, NTD News.
Indonesia will also ease export controls on rare earth minerals to the U.S. The country is currently the world's largest nickel producer. Nickel is a key ingredient used to make lithium-ion batteries for electric vehicles. Staying with trade, Taiwan is working on a deal of its own. A delegation led by the island's vice premier is in Washington this week for a new round of in-person negotiations with U.S. officials. President Trump has floated tariffs of up to 32% on Taiwanese goods, but no new measures have been announced so far. Taiwan says the talks aim to promote balanced trade and strengthen the economic framework with the U.S. The island has been working to deepen ties with major partners, especially Washington, as it faces growing geopolitical and economic pressure from Beijing. A $500 million boost for Taiwan's self-defense, part of the 2026 Defense Appropriations Act passed by the House last Friday. The funding signals growing U.S. support for the island amid rising tensions in the region.
Last Friday, the U.S. House of Representatives passed the 2026 Defense Appropriations Act, which includes $500 million in military assistance for Taiwan.
China has a recent history of seizing territory. Look at the invasion of Tibet in the 1950s. They've suppressed democracy in Hong Kong. And when the Chinese president speaks of reunification of Taiwan, we should believe that he will attempt it. We cannot allow that to happen. China may not stop with Taiwan. If Taiwan falls, other Pacific Island nations like the Philippines would be threatened.
Ahead of the vote, the Trump administration pushed for an increase in Taiwan aid.
One of the very few areas the administration expressed any slight disagreement with our bill was wanting more money for Taiwan. The administration has proposed including $1 billion, while this bill provides $500 million.
After the House vote, Taiwanese lawmaker Vincent Chow said Taiwan thanks the United States for its support and encouragement, but pointed out that Taiwan's defense is ultimately Taiwan's responsibility. Reporting from Taiwan, Joy Chu, NTD News.
Treasury Secretary
好的，我们今天总共谈了3个问题。第一个。